Hey, Wrestle fans, you're listening to the Wednesday Night War podcast, episode 70, Straight to the Moon. What's up, Warheads? Wednesday Night War podcast, episode 70. I'm DJ. I'm here with Brett.
Hello.
How are you, pal?
We're in person.
We are.
So that makes me happy.
We are. We sound better. We sound like semi-professionals.
I would say, don't say professionals.
Not professionals.
We're not professional
Semi-professionals. Like the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Eagles.
I'm so fucking happy you said that because I was just going to say the same thing.
I'm not going to explain it any further. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
The snow has not kept us apart, and we're
Thank God, I'm so sick of the snow.
there's a lot.
Up here it's like a winter wonderland.
So the past week we got about 30 inches total between every storm that's happened every single day.
You got about 30 inches
Yes.
total. Well, I didn't get that much.
I think I saw a thing today that said in Edwardsville, again, if you know, you know, this winter has gotten 50 inches total so far of snow.
Edwardsville?
Yeah, not from the one storm, but since the start of winter, they've got 50 inches of snow.
That doesn't. Oh, well, we did have that one real big.
Right, we had that one. We got a foot. We had a foot. We had 6 inches. Then we had 22. Then whatever, back and forth. So we had a lot of snow. It's my driveway looks like the set of Cool Runnings.
Real mad that you don't have a bobsled team yet.
I'm sorry. It's hard to get one. You know how hard it is to find track stars that want to switch over to bobsledding?
Can't be that hard.
Well, I guess not. Jamaica did it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, sir.
It was the 90s, though.
Dude, how cool were the 90s?
Yeah, pretty great.
90s were pretty sick.
Growing up in them, I didn't think so.
No?
No, but everything I love came out of the 90s.
See, yeah,
Wrestling in the 90s was awesome.
Yeah.
Comic books in the 90s were not so good. Marvel went bankrupt in the 90s. They sold everybody off. Not so great. Spider-Clone Saga, not great.
I don't know what any of this means.
Right. If you want to hear more about the Spider-Clone Saga, you can listen to Longbox Heroes on the soon-to-be-named network.
What about Three Guys from Nowhere?
No. I still have the login for that Facebook page.
Holy shit, really?
I do. But I guess I like the 90s now. I don't know, as a preteen and teenager in the 90s, younger than that too, but my major formative years were the 90s. I didn't love them.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer.
But, I because Sugar Ray came out of the 90s.
Yeah, but so did Sean Kemp.
That's true.
And Dikembe Mutombo.
I like that your counter to Sugar Ray were the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, he was the fucking Rain Man.
Okay.
The Rain Man, the glove.
All right. I get it. I understand. Deadlift Shrimp was there, too.
And now Jenna gets to bask in the glory of Seattle.
That's true, but there's no Supersonics, so...
That's a fucking
not as glorious as it once was.
There is going to be the Seattle Kraken soon, though.
Hockey. Oh, great.
Welcome to Hockey Talk.
No, we don't know to
DJ's favorite podcast.
Hockey Talk. No. Hockey Talk. Go Flyers, right, Kev? Anyway.
You fucking traitor.
Yeah. So, but we're not here to talk hockey or the 1990s. We're here to talk current professional wrestling.
We are.
If you're a new listener, thanks for listening. We're going to cover AEW and NXT. News, rundown of both shows, and whatnot. We got a little bit to talk about, I think, this week. There's Takeover on Sunday. Are we going to do the rundown at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all on you.
Thank you for reminding me.
There you go. Pal, unless you got any bright news in your personal life that you want to talk about.
Am I supposed to?
No, I'm just making sure.
Oh, so you want my life to be miserable?
I don't want your life to be miserable.
Welcome back to Brett's Depression.
Yes, but I do like to feed off of your misery.
Thanks.
I'm an energy vampire.
You wish you were Colin Robinson.
I know, I do wish I was Colin Robinson.
Fucking guy.
Anyway, we do have, I think, some news, so I'll hand it off to you because I don't follow the news.
Do we?
I don't know. You said there was news. Are we covering that stuff within the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cody's hurt, everybody, but we'll cover that later.
I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know. What else was there? I thought there was something.
I don't remember.
Keith Lee and Mia Yim got engaged. They're not on NXT anymore.
Nope. So that no need to talk about that.
Karrion Kross is getting his own Elite figure already.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I am not.
They're gonna hotshot him to the main roster. The really weird thing is that it did not come with a Q pill. Anyway,
Oh my god.
what else? We learned tonight just before the show that Stan Lee has a daughter.
Allegedly
Has a daughter. Won't go into
Sweet
that
Stan, baby.
What else? We'll have a new segment to cover next week. I guess we'll talk. Everything will just happen during the show because that's when all the news happens, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's just get into it then.
Oh, do you want to talk about Tetsuya Naito challenging for the IWGP Intercontinental title?
Is he challenging for it on NXT or AEW?
I don't know. The Forbidden
Oh
Door.
my God. The Forbidden Door is not that open. It's open, but it's not that open.
No. No, I don't think there's.
Okay.
Unless, like, somebody did something stupid that I don't remember.
I guarantee you somebody did something stupid.
Listen, my news cycle this week was very centered on Washington, D.C.
All right, hold on. I'm really quick in real time. I'm gonna go to Google.
And you're going to search stupid wrestlers.
I'm gonna Google AEW
Stupid. Oh, this should be fun.
and see what comes up. Dax Harwood comments on AEW's stupid decisions after FTR suspension from Ringside News. That's
a little
kayfabe.
Fabian.
AEW's Double or Nothing Stadium Stampede match was ridiculous and stupid. That's from May of 2020.
All right.
Ooh, December 19th, 2020, AEW star told Tony Khan Jurassic Express was a fucking stupid name. That's news.
I mean, that's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Let's see.
What are we doing?
Joey Janela said that it was a stupid fucking name.
Oh.
There's your news.
You're like a fucking regular Walter Cronkite
Thank
over
you.
here.
Thank you very much.
I don't think anything happened on Impact. I stopped watching Impact.
Yeah. I also, last week, feigned a commitment to watching Dark and forgot that it existed.
I was going to say, how'd that work out?
But I really did want to start, just scanning to see what matches I was going to watch, because one of the things I wanted to sort of talk about on this show, and I can talk about them here and when we get to them later, is that AEW we haven't seen a lot of the quality people on TV lately, and I think that's a bad move on their part. But we'll talk about that later. I think I was thinking about the structure of AEW and how they use their roster, and I think they're making some pretty big mistakes.
Okay.
With the way they cycle in and out talent, especially this week.
Well, we'll get there on Duja's Rant Corner.
We will. That
own
is after every match.
Your own specialized section of the show.
But that being said, AEW Dynamite. Let's start there. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Right.
First things first, I'm going to talk about this.
First things last.
It was a very annoying thing throughout the show, and immediately, when I turned it on, I was like, yeah, this is taped. The fucking piped-in crowd noise,
Yes.
it actually distracts me, and I hate that it distracts me,
Yeah.
but it just, I don't know, it, takes me out of it, and
Okay.
the whole time I'm like, this is really annoying, please stop.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I think it was last week where I said that I liked the tape shows better
You
because
did.
of the pacing. Forget I ever said that.
All right. Well, let's get into this shit.
Yeah.
First match for the TNT title.
Yes.
Champ Darby Allin.
Yes.
Challenger, the bad boy, the pride of New Jersey.
Is he, though?
Well, Joey Janela.
Yes.
So, this goes over 9 minutes. Darby retains.
Wow. It felt a lot longer than 9 minutes.
No surprise.
No.
I thought this is probably Joey's best Dynamite match.
Yeah. Yeah, his best AEW match is still against Omega.
Yeah,
the lights out match.
That and the one he had against Moxley that one time.
Yeah.
But those were like big spectacles.
Right.
Like more of like a straight up wrestling.
Yeah.
This was his best match he's had on
Janela
TV.
can rise to that occasion, but has a hard time doing it himself.
There was that one moment where Darby hit like the planche on him, like running at full speed, and I'm like, dude, if that was me, like if I was Janela, I would have probably like shit myself how hard he fucking hit him.
Yeah.
And then like Janela bounced off the ground, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely would have pooed myself.
Yeah. I like this match. Coincidentally, I think Joey looks better with the weight that he's put on. So, like, not that we've like fat shamed him or anything, but we've said in the past when we see Janela, like, you know, I wish he was in a little bit better shape. He would come out and not be quite in great shape, and he's put on a little more weight and looks a little more solid now. And I think it's a better look for him. I know for a while he was trying to cut weight and get a little more toned. Of
course.
And I think, you know, his lifestyle has pushed him back in the other direction.
He needs the bulk,
and
brother.
I think it's a good look for him. I think it works. He looks a little more solid. He's, you know, not loopy fat, but solid fat like Hashimoto. It works.
Loopy fat.
Loopy fat. So I like this match.
Would you consider him skinny fat like CM Punk?
No. Maybe before. But I am sure that Janela and CM Punk do the same amount of drugs, allegedly. I think this is a usual complaint for me. People are probably sick of hearing it, but I think he gave Janela a little too much in this match. For a match that was just sprung out of nowhere. We haven't seen Janela in weeks. You know, I thought this match was a prime spot to further the Taz storyline, which they do later, but not in the match. And I thought that was interesting. Not that you're going to give Janela the win, but you can do a DQ. So like, it was interesting that they really just wanted this to be a wrestling match between Janela and Darby because of their history on the indies together. They've had some matches that are critically acclaimed. So I was like, I kept waiting for the Taz thing to happen, just a distraction, or like a little DQ. Like I had tweeted, like Hook's going to come out and suplex Darby, and that's going to give him the DQ win. That didn't happen, so I was a little shocked that this was just a straight wrestling match between these guys, but it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I liked right on commentary how they even said, "Oh, Taz said they were going to be up close and personal, and they're not here," which that was fine.
Right,
like start questioning and set it up for what happens later.
Right, and like I was also worried. I was like, okay, that's 2 weeks now that Taz hasn't been in the building. Which one of them got popped COVID? I'm going to assume none of them. But we knew Darby was going to win. I thought it was a good match. But it is also the first match on this show where they give a pretty big featured spot to a guy who hasn't been featured before on Dynamite. And that is, I think, both interesting and at times a problem on this show.
Okay. We get a promo from Moxley afterwards. He's in the streets.
Yes.
He has the IWGP US title with him.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
do you
that's
think,
cool seeing that.
Whenever I see a Moxley promo, like they all look like they're behind the ECW arena in that parking lot, and I'm like, do you think he just like goes around with like a picture of it and just like holds it up and tries to line it to the best underpass you can find in Jacksonville?
I mean, yeah. He talks about, you know, Kenta's been running around acting like a dork with a briefcase.
Yes.
It just says like their match. It says February 26th, new beginning in America. That's when their title match is going to be. And just says, Kenta, like, you kept running your mouth, now you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's just, oh man, it's so fucking crazy.
It's cool to see the belt on AEW. I don't have any sort of expectations of Mox to retain. Maybe now that the door's open, we'll see.
This fucking door, man.
Because the Japanese crowds did love Mox. I like him better in New Japan than anywhere else. I wish he wouldn't wear those long pants, but whatever, like the tactical army pants. But I like Shoot Fighter shorty tights Mox a lot. But it's intriguing, and you don't get much better of a wrestler than Kenta.
Very true.
No matter what WWE tried to tell you for 5 years.
Man, that dude was so snake bitten there.
Yes,
all the injuries he had. Like, I was thinking about it this week, and I'm like, do people like know Kenta?
No.
Like, especially stateside. Unfortunately, a lot of people. Oh, that's Hideo Watami.
Yes.
Like, dude, go back and watch Noah. Watch him
Yes.
in Marufuji. Like, oh my god, that shit is such good. It's such good wrestling.
Yes, I agree. He had a very big run of bad luck, but they were never going to use him the way he should be used. And the good part of it is that I think he was kind of coming to, because he's not a young guy. He's been around. He's been in the game for a long time.
He's up there.
So I would assume like probably close to 20 years he's been in the ring.
Been going a long time.
So like if not more than 20 years, I don't really know how old he is, but. He's sort of doing, I think, trying to do that Nakamura kind of thing, like I'm going to come to America because I can do less and get paid more and get over more. And the injuries, the streak of injuries that he had, sort of lit the fire back under him to go back, be bigger in Japan.
So Kenta's going to be 40 next month.
I figured he was around 40. So yeah, so he's right around that 20 years in the ring.
Dude, I'm always amazed by like the ages of Japanese wrestlers. Like when they go, "Oh yeah, Ibushi's 38."
Yep.
Good lord.
Anyway,
yeah, back to the show. We're backstage, Inner Circle's talking it up. Sammy's not there, and Jericho's not there. Sammy enters the room, says, "All right, guys, need you out. Just me and Max."
Yeah.
Wardlow leaves too. Sammy says, "Cameraman, you stay." Sammy confronts him about all the shit that's been happening. MJF clearly pulls his phone out and puts it on the table.
Right.
Says the whole, you hate Chris Jericho, and you're jealous of Chris Jericho, and you want to be the leader of the Inner Circle. And Sammy, like, mockingly, repeats it back. And Max goes, "That's just what I needed."
Yeah, he's like, "I hate Chris Jericho?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just goes, "What the fuck? Are you recording me?" Whips the phone off the wall and then just uppercuts Max right in the stomach and drops him. So, going, all right, finally, this is coming to a head.
Fast tracking this, finally some Inner Circle, for lack of a better phrase, turmoil, that is making sense on TV. We're getting the whole picture on TV, and they're moving it at a speed with which they should have been this entire time. Fast track a Sammy face turn as quick as possible, please.
We'll talk about that later. Next match, we have Peter Avalon and Cesar Bononi.
Bononi.
Baloney.
Dude, that's the New York baloney that's very special.
There's only one.
There is.
Going up against Stagger Lee Johnson.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes.
So this, before we get in the match, this is another one. Again, Avalon and Bononi are AEW dark guys, and Lee Johnson is dark guy. And we've talked about Lee Johnson. We've said pretty much from the beginning that, and beginning pandemic, Lee Johnson was on TV a bunch just because they needed somebody in that ring.
Yeah.
But on his dark matches, we've talked about it. We've both liked him from the beginning. We both saw his talent. Who just needed that sort of push and training and polish. But this is another thing I said before about the show, like putting a lot of people on this card that normally we don't see is interesting based on the people who we haven't seen in a few weeks. But
yeah, Cody and Lee Johnson get the win.
Yeah.
Lee Johnson gets the pin.
And a +3 for the roll-up.
Yeah. I like that they kind of made a big deal about that being his first win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm happy about Lee Johnson.
Yeah. This whole match is Lee Johnson for me.
Yeah.
I love the dive that he did. I think he looked really good. Cody is Cody. He's baseline. You never get anything really more out of him.
And that was like special house show match Cody last night.
Right. And part of it you can argue, well, Lee Johnson was supposed to be the breakout star.
Yeah.
And Cody, I don't want to outshine anybody. You wouldn't. Don't worry about it. You go out there and do your best, pal.
Yeah.
Everyone else will figure it out.
Yeah.
But so good for Lee Johnson. I still think he's very talented. The Nightmare family has grown this week because El Hijo del Norman the Lunatic also joined the Nightmare family with Nick Camarado. He also joined the Nightmare family. Again, good look on that dude.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like Lee Johnson. But again, my problem, and I can get into this because the next match is really the other one when we get Ryan Nemeth with his name, whatever name recognition he happens to bring. But how many weeks has it been since we've seen Kingston or Butcher and Blade in a legit match? It's been a while. We're not seeing a lot of guys, that I think they could be spending more time on. And I think AEW runs into a problem of they're trying to fit too many people in instead of focusing letting the people in the company are the stars have their run and swap them out, and a full angle to completion to satisfying ending, and then move the next guy up. The WWE used to do that too. The guy, you'd get your main event run, you drop back down, you come back, you do that sort of thing. And AEW is trying to cram so many people in, and I get they want to get Lee Johnson over, but Santana and Ortiz haven't had a realistic run in a while. Butcher and Blade haven't been on TV. SCU is non-existent. So
Yeah, that whole SCU thing got pushed to the back
Right.
burner.
And, the Eddie Kingston thing got pushed to the back burner when they moved Archer into the main event with Kenny. And it was Pac and the Lucha Brothers against Kingston and his family. And then that got moved around, too.
Well, that was weird. But, Kingston just had 2 supposed big matches the last 2 weeks. He had the Lumberjack match.
Yeah.
And then he had the week before against Archer. So he's been on.
He's been on. More like Butcher and Blade not having matches. Those guys were hot. They were in a hot streak.
Well, I think it hurts, too, with the stuff going on with Penta right now.
Yeah.
So, because I'm sure it was going to be Penta against, Lucha Brothers against Butcher Blade, but...
Right. When I'm watching Dynamite, it's interesting to think, I know it's going to be on the show, but I'm also having to watch a Cesar Bononi match. Not they were bad.
I get it. Listen,
I don't even think these were bad. I'm just concerned about the way they want to use their talent.
You need guys like that on the roster.
Right.
But I understand what you're saying. The interview afterwards, Shivani interviews Lee, talks about, he went 0-29. Mm-hmm. This is his first win. He thanks his trainers, Dustin, Cody, Arn, and even Brandy. Mm-hmm. And he happens to leave out a certain person who was on the stage.
Yes.
The Thorazine Kid himself.
The Thorazine Kid.
QT Marshall.
Yes.
And QT gave him a little side eye.
He did. He got a little heated.
Yeah, he was not very happy about that.
So
and,
we're leading to the big dark main event dark program of Lee Johnson versus QT Marshall.
I saw somebody online today. It might have been a thing from that fucking idiot Meltzer. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, they're gonna try to do this program like Bruno Sammartino and Larry Zbyszko, where the trainee or
which one's which?
That's what I fucking said too. I was like, don't just throw that around.
What, on what level? On what level do either of those guys even deserve to write those guys' names down in a notebook?
When I'm pretty sure it was Meltzer said it. I just want to be like, you can't fucking throw that around for just anybody, man. The storyline's been done, but don't. What do you fucking shill?
I've seen less than a handful of Bruno Sammartino matches in my life. He is well before my era.
Yeah.
But that's
You don't just throw that around, man. That's what my thought was too. I'm like, wait, who's the Zybisco of this?
That's Bruno Sammartino.
Who's Larry Legend?
Yeah, we're saying student versus trainer. So we're saying QT Marshall is Bruno Sammartino. And Lee Johnson is Larry Zbyszko.
Yeah.
And listen, if gun to my head, Lee Johnson is closer to Larry Zbyszko than QT Marshall will ever be.
Gun to my head, pull the trigger.
Right? Yeah, gun to my head. See you later, family.
Yep. I had a decent run. I can't run anymore though.
Right. Man. That's why the Dude scale trademark is better than the Meltzer scale.
Oh, everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
We go to a promo, another one backstage with the Young Bucks. They're mad at the Good Brothers.
Listen, I would say they're upset.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're upset.
All right.
They're perturbed.
They're not.
They're just perturbed.
Okay. Well, wow, you're letting your audience down. The Good Brothers are nearby. Uh-huh. They talk about how they ruined their Battle Royal last week.
Yeah.
And the Good Brothers are like, what? We got heat with Private Party. We don't got it with you.
Right.
And then they try, Young Bucks say, yeah, if we won, we were going to pick you guys. Bullet Club, Dream Match, whatever,
For who?
know. Well, yeah. And then they talk about how, what about Santana and Ortiz? You should be mad at them. They threw you out. And he goes, yeah, I am a little mad. Mad?
No.
Oh, okay.
Perturbed.
You're upsetting me.
Uh-huh.
And he talks about, we're going to be Young Bucks versus Santana Ortiz next week for the titles.
Okay.
And I did like the end of this when they were going to throw up the Too Sweet. And we can't really do that on TV. That's like a backstage thing. And Carl Anderson's like, what, man? Sting was in the Wolfpack. He's backstage. He'll do it. And they Too Sweet. And then Anderson's walking off and goes, Stinger. And then Gallows does a, ow. That made me laugh. But, yeah. So they're perturbed.
They're upset.
Okay.
I'm
upset.
Next week when the Good Brothers cost the Young Bucks the match. Is it for the titles or is
I
it
think it's for the titles.
It's gonna be. They'll cost them the match via DQ. Something will happen. They won't lose the belts. Then maybe.
Okay.
Maybe then they'll be elevated beyond perturbed.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll have
I'm not willing to commit.
So the next match, for some reason, we have Pac.
You skipped the.
What did I skip?
You skipped the Hangman Page Matt Hardy thing back.
I thought that wasn't until.
In my notes pre-match here.
What do they do?
It's the Hangman interview where he's drinking at the bar. No, that was later.
Yeah.
But there was a Hangman interview with Hardy, like saying something to him. But
Just saying that they were going to party.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's
It's a precursor to the garbage that comes later. So
okay. Well, for some reason, the next match we have Pac going up against Ryan Nemeth.
Right. Perfectly great match to headline a Dark.
Yeah, 4 minutes. Pac wins. Squashola.
Yeah.
Somebody I read online today, and it made me cackle. Ryan Nemeth makes Matt Cardona look like Kenta Kobashi.
What does that even mean?
It
Like
means
in
he
ring
fucking
ability?
sucks.
I was like, I don't understand what that means. They're not commenting on body type. I don't understand. Okay, well.
Like, everybody's like, all right, man, we fucking get it. Dolph Ziggler's your brother.
Right.
We understand.
Yeah, you look kind of like him.
We're in on it, man.
Right.
You don't need to oversell fucking everything.
Right. But I love Pac.
Yeah, Pac's the best.
I think he's fantastic. He's another level.
I'm so mad they did him so fucking dirty on his action figure.
Right.
I wanted it so bad.
Right.
And then when I saw it, I'm like, oh,
and
God.
Excalibur on commentary says that Pac was continuing his legacy of brutality.
All right, Excalibur, you're a fiend.
And then Excalibur didn't respond to my tweet about it. So,
wow.
Yep, so we got heat.
You need to get -1 on him.
I do. That's
now
true.
You know why -1 doesn't like him.
That's true.
Oh,
man, I wonder if there was -1 on Dark. I missed that. I'm going to have to go back and
I
look.
don't think... Go ahead, man. I mean, I'm sure you would have saw a clip on Twitter or something.
I think I did see something.
I don't know.
Whatever. All right. Yeah, it was Pac wins was exactly what you thought it would be.
Yep.
And again, my argument of like there's a women's tournament going on. We're getting one match a night. There's no S&O match until next week. There's no that's Santana and Ortiz for those of you.
Wait.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I say S&O because I don't want to write their whole names in my notebook. Yeah.
S&O.
S&O.
Oh no! All right.
You get No Butcher and Blade, also abbreviated to B&B. But you're getting not Nick
S&O.
Nemeth, Ryan Nemeth. Nick Nemeth is
S&O.
the other one. S&O. Yep.
All right.
Listen, you got a shorthand. I got a 5-subject notebook here that's almost full.
Thank you for informing
I've been
me.
writing notebooks
You
a
are
lot.
Quite the informer.
Yeah. I also have. So what I have
Licky
for this
boom
segment
down.
before, I have YB and GB interview S&O versus YB next week.
You're a better man than I am.
It's shorthand. If I spend too much time writing, I'm not watching what's on the TV. So I shorthand. I'm a wrestling stenographer.
Put that on your resume. Next to $1 million champ and Vinny Stigma having your back.
I mean, it couldn't hurt.
We go to another promo. Miro, Kip, and Penelope.
Yeah,
they're upset.
They're something. And one of the things they are is bad at promos.
Yeah, they talk about how last week was Orange Cassidy's fault, and they cut to Orange Cassidy and Chuck, and OC's just like
hilarious.
What'd you think was gonna happen?
Right. It's just like OC comes out of a cake.
Yeah, like
right.
What the fuck did you think, man? So
Miro,
they're setting up for that.
Every week I get really mad for Miro, really upset because
you gotta watch throwing that M word
I do
around.
because like Rusev Day was the best thing he'll ever do, and WWE took it from him.
They did
because he stumbled ass backwards into that thing, and it was huge and it was great. Because if what he's been doing on AEW since his debut is the top of what he can do, get the hell out of here.
I don't know, man. He did have sex with Lana in that WrestleMania tank.
All right. I mean, I was talking about wrestling-wise, but all right.
That's wrestling.
Okay.
Had sex with her, then went and had a match with John Cena.
Okay.
Good for him.
Pre-match he did?
I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know, man.
All right. Well, I mean, you seem to be up on the gossip, so I was just wondering.
It's not gossip. He said it.
Yeah. I mean, Mickey told me that women weaken legs, so it must have been after the match.
I love you, Mick. We go backstage to another promo. Dasha's backstage with Jericho, Hager, and Wardlow. Santana Ortiz come running up and tell Jericho that MJF and Sammy were arguing. MJF comes with the old DDP rib tape job, just talking about how Sammy punched him and he's going wild. He needs to be stopped.
DDP should really start charging people royalties for all the gimmicks they're going to steal from him.
Just like how Petey Williams should charge for Destroyers.
Right, that's right.
See that? Jericho gets thrown off because their match is up next.
Yes.
So then we go to MJF and Jericho going up against the Acclaimed. My main gripe, Jericho and MJF won 9 minutes, whatever. Are the Acclaimed baby faces now?
Who knows?
I can't keep track.
Cody Rhodes says they don't matter, they don't exist, they don't exist. That's just what it is.
It's just it's so fucking confusing.
I agree. They're getting over. Like I think what AEW does that's a little confusing is that if you get popular, they think you're a babyface, which is pretty much what wrestling has become anyway. Nobody can stay heel for that long because as soon as people start cheering for you, that's what happens. But they're definitely still heels. I mean, Jericho's a heel, and the whole arena sings his theme song when he comes out.
Yes, the whole arena.
The whole arena.
Yeah, not that he forces on pre-tape shows for them to pipe in crowd noise.
Yes, but like the heel thing. I mean
that,
the heel
that
side
fragile,
and the face side.
That fragile egoed man.
Yes.
I looked at it this way with the Acclaimed. It's like that the John Cena syndrome where he was a heel, but he's cut it. Oh, you're yawning. That's not good. He was the heel.
Yeah.
He would cut the battle raps on people that were funny. The crowd's going to start to like you. Guess what's happening with the Acclaimed? Right. They're doing it. It's funny. Right. People are starting to like them. It's just it's natural. I feel like if you're funny in wrestling, people are like they're going to gravitate towards that.
Because like Steve Austin's what started as a heel thing, I believe, and got turned, did it not?
Yeah, it did.
Everything Austin did start as a heel thing and became the most popular thing in the world. Yeah. Becky Lynch, same way. But side note, I don't remember in what context it got brought up, but multiple times this week I asked my wife, guest of the show, Michelle, if she wanted to be the doctor of thugonomics. And then thankfully got to explain to her about the rise of John Cena. So I kind of know why it started, but it didn't. I have a niece. She's 7. She breaks my balls by telling me that John Cena starred in Jumanji.
What the fuck?
And she knows that it's The Rock. And she thinks it bothers me, and it doesn't bother me. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, it doesn't bother you at all.
It doesn't. Because she'll say it, and she goes, it was John Cena. And then my response was, it wasn't John Cena, because if it was John Cena, you wouldn't be able to see him on the screen. And she doesn't know what that means, and she leaves me alone because then I'm talking about wrestling. But somehow I've brought up multiple times a Doctor of Thugonomics and had to explain to my wife that John Cena was great shape, but like a nothing character until they made him dress up as Vanilla Ice, and then he did the rapping gimmick, and I showed her pictures of him with the backwards hat and the baseball jerseys and the big chain.
That I'm still jealous of.
And I was like, this was John Cena before you, like, eventually he just got to drop it and still do like a little bit of the rap stuff, but not really. But he started as this goofy rap gimmick.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I always like ruining my wife's life with really terrible wrestling knowledge.
I always like ruining my wife's life.
I mean, I've been doing it for a lot of years now.
Good for you, man.
Yes.
Match was okay. I thought the Acclaim looked good.
Yeah, the Acclaim looked good.
They gelled really well.
Yeah.
Out comes Sammy to his own music after the match.
Yes.
Jericho's like, all right, man, what's up? Like, you came out here 5 minutes late. You're not out. Like, what's going on with you guys? He goes, you punched MJF, and MJF screaming for no reason.
Yeah.
Sammy just tells him flat out. He goes, I told you December 9th, 2020, one more thing and I'm done.
Right.
He goes, well, I'm done.
I'm done.
I quit the Inner Circle.
That's it, done, over with.
Jericho tries to talk to him. He says, no. And he just puts the mic down. Santana tries to talk to him. Nope.
Yep.
And he leaves. And I like where, like, when he says he quits, like, MJF kind of had that smirk on his face. And I like when he was leaving, he walked out the babyface tunnel.
Yep. Right.
And I was like, that's perfect. Been waiting for this.
Yeah.
I understand maybe they wanted to do it in front of a crowd.
Sure.
You can't slow burn everything forever. We've talked multiple times. If you don't pull that trigger at the right time,
right,
it's done.
For sure.
Good for Sammy.
Yeah.
I'm
About time.
excited. Jericho looked very distraught
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yes.
Kind of. Never mind. I'm not going to say
Well,
that.
and earlier in the night in the promo when we talked about it, like MJF saying like, you want Chris out of the way so you can lead the, it's a lot of projecting because we've been talking about it for a while. MJF, when Jericho goes, MJF's going to assume
And
leadership.
Sammy even said to him in that promo,
Right.
I know what you're doing.
Right.
I know that you want to be
Right.
the leader. And one thing I like about that, and we'll talk about it later too, like the faces shouldn't be dumb.
Right.
That's that's one thing I can appreciate is if you're going to be a face, don't be dumb.
Right. And Jericho, somebody tweeted at Jericho this week, like, Jericho, he asked the cameraman to stay. Why don't you just watch the footage and see what happened? And Jericho just responded, thanks, I did.
Well, and Jericho even made that point that
Yeah.
one time with MJF. He goes, listen, we're not stupid. We watched the show. Like, that's okay to say that. We go back and watch it. I get that.
Right.
But very, very excited for Sammy.
And Sammy is an example. If you follow the wrestling world outside of what we talk about, the internet community, whatnot, Sammy is a good example. So the few months ago, Sammy fucked up, right? And Sammy is the rare case of a professional wrestler confronting that he fucked up, addressing that he fucked up, apologizing that he fucked up, reaching out to the person that he hurt, offended, or otherwise did wrong, mended that bridge, had an actual public conversation about it, and moved beyond it as a better person. Took his lumps, took his punishment, learned from it, and conceivably, as from what we've seen, is a better person for it. And that seems to be a very rare thing in the world of professional wrestling right now. Sammy deserves it. He's going to be a big star, and they can run with him. I mean, he's an immediate main event babyface in that company.
I think so too, man. I really agree with you on that. We go to break. They come back. Marvez is chasing Sammy outside.
Marvez is everywhere.
Good old fathead Marvez.
Fathead.
He says, what's going on? And Sammy goes, I just need to get out of this place. I
Right.
need to leave. I need to refocus. So, interesting.
People online speculating that means he's going to show up on Impact, have a little run there. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see what
I think
happens.
that'd be a big deal for Impact.
That would be a huge deal for them.
It would be interesting because the Impact deal so far has really rotated around Kenny and the Bullet Club guys.
Yeah, well, and I know they try sprinkling in Private Party. Like, it's them versus
Right.
the Good Brothers, I think, Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah. It's for the Impact titles.
Good for them.
Who knows what's going to happen there,
Yeah.
but
I imagine the Young Bucks will show up. I wouldn't be surprised.
maybe.
But yeah, I mean, Sammy there, that would be good. Give him some high profile matches there while AEW's high pro, because he can't fit in the main event right now. There's too much shit going on. So put him in Impact. Give him some matches against the big name guys, at least the bigger name guys there. Because your
Name
Rich
the big name guys in Impact.
Well, you got Rich Swann, you got your Moose, you got your old ass Tommy Dreamer, Chris Bay. Chris Bay would be great.
Sammy Chris Bay would be fucking
Right?
awesome. Yeah.
So let's do that.
You know Impact a little bit. All
But
right.
I've been paying a little bit of attention.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
Remember how it used to be with these shows? I'd be like, yeah, this person, I don't know
I
who
don't
the
know.
fuck that
I
is.
have no idea. I know there's two fat guys that team up now.
You and me?
No. I saw the one guy and I thought it was Puff, and I was like, nah, it's not Puff. That's a shame.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on.
Yes.
We go to a bar with Matt Hardy and Adam Page. They're kicking him back. Hardy goes to take a shot, does the whole, turns and throws the alcohol on the floor. He's just getting Page drunk to sign this contract and be very lucrative contract. Matt Hardy, very Looney Tunes style,
I hate Matt Hardy.
looks at the cameras like, cameraman, this is why I wanted you. And Adam Page, taking a little piece from Brody, pulls out the rolled up papers out of his jacket, throws Hardy's contract, puts his contract there, signs
Right.
it. Matt Hardy's like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So who knows where the fuck that's going? Poor Adam Page.
Adam Page is the most underused, misused person on this roster. This was a guy who came in as a mid-carder in New Japan, kind of the guy. He was
the fall guy.
Right.
He was the American fall guy.
He was the fall down man.
Yep.
And
Dude,
came into
the fall down man.
AEW because like in New Japan he started to really come on. came to AEW.
His last run in like the G1, he was looking good, man.
Came into AEW, was hot. The stuff with Kenny was real good, and then they fucked up blowing that off.
Yeah, they did.
That should have been a main event feud, one-on-one.
Absolutely.
And they did everything they could in the world to avoid it. And if Kenny let his shoulders on the mat for Hangman, Hangman would have been instant star.
Huge star.
Huge. And they decided not to do it for whatever reason. And now he is stuck in this endless loop of drunk hell with Matt Hardy. The stuff with Dark Order was good. And the stuff in the hallway with Dark Order
was good,
was really funny. Hey, Adam, that's funny.
Catch you on the flip.
Right.
And just, shit, I'm so stupid.
Yeah. But like this absolute wrestling hell that is Matt Hardy currently, like 2020 and 2021 Matt Hardy is an endless loop of bad decisions for professional wrestling. I can't stand him. And I just feel bad for Adam Page because the guy could be a star. He could be a bigger star than he is. And he's still trapped in the mid-card in AEW doing a goofy gimmick where right now his storyline is he pulled some trick on Matt Hardy. Great.
Yeah, dude. I feel so fucking bad for that guy. I really do.
Right.
It's just... It's so fucking bad. Oh my! I can't even try to be like, oh well, maybe. No, it's just real bad, dude.
It's so bad that until you just said it, I didn't know that he pulled his own contract out.
Really?
Because I was just like,
okay.
I was like, oh god, I hate this so much.
Yeah, he pulled his own contract.
And I was like, oh great, so we're gonna get a Matt Hardy Hangman feud because Hardy's gonna screw him out of all of his money or whatever. But now it's gonna be that. So that is at least better, but still not good.
But like, and here's the point I made before. Like, hey, like. Our faces, let's not have him be dumb.
Right.
And Adam Page is like, yeah, I know this guy fucking sucks. He's a swindler. Yeah, I'm going to do this.
Right.
Like, yes, that's what I want.
Right.
Fuck, please. Right. We go to Tony Schiavone. Mm-hmm. He lets us know the street fight for Revolution is official and wants to bring out the Stinger. Sting comes out. He's about to talk some shit. Taz shows up on the big screen with Hobbs. Says that they have a special passenger. We see Starks and Cage zipping up Darby in a body bag, and they drive away, dragging Darby in the fucking parking lot.
Yep.
This gave me shades of Taker doing this to Hogan, and that feud.
At least Darby was like in a bag.
Yeah, Hogan was just in like a heavily layered Harley Davidson jacket.
Holding onto like a stick with a rope.
Yeah.
He was trying to water ski.
I mean, it gave me that, but now I think of it, Big Show riding on the back of his dad's casket.
Yes, of course.
Where my daddy, where? That's one of the most fucking absurd things. Not even in wrestling, just in life.
Yes.
That's one of the most absurd segments I've ever seen ever.
Big Show has like all of them.
Where my daddy, where?
Because he eats his own dog or whatever.
No, that was Al Snow.
Oh, that was Al Snow. I was right. That was Al Snow.
Yeah.
But Big Show, when he peed green on Regal, weird.
Dude. Val Venus on GTV looking over at him in the stall and go, huh, and they call you the Big Show. And now Val Venus got suspended off Twitter. You fucking
did he?
idiot.
Good.
Yeah, what a moron.
Good. Fuck that guy.
What a maroon.
Yeah.
I did laugh, like, they come back from commercial, like, they show, like, what just happened. They're like, oh, Sting in hot pursuit. I'm like, dude, he's, like, barely power walking.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
His hips don't have hot pursuit in them.
Yeah, that hot pursuit does not exist there anymore.
No, the closest he's doing is buying a PlayStation 1 and playing hot pursuit.
Jesus Christ. We go to more Alex Marvez, and he's on a golf course, and Kenny is golfing.
Kenny's a horrible actor.
This was just a bad segment,
dumb.
man.
It's
was
dumb.
Just,
but like Kenny's like acting surprised and like he's just so bad.
Like
at
to
it.
me, I'm like, Kenny doesn't fucking golf.
Maybe he does.
Kenny plays video games.
Yeah, that's true.
And less over Kodo Bushi.
Just it's a less impactful thing when Marvez finds Kenny in some dive bar and he's playing Golden Tee in the corner. He's just rolling the white ball trying to hit it.
It would make more sense.
That's true, I guess. His feet pumping quarters in.
Yeah. I don't know. I hated it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Omega, like, why aren't you preparing for your match tonight? He's like, why do I need to? I'm playing golf. He hits his ball out of the sand trap with the wedge. He doesn't come close to the hole, but in the background you can see Don Callis and the caddy pushing it in, and they're like, "Oh, you made it, Kenny!
Yeah,
great, wonderful, awesome! God damn it!" Next match, first round matchup in the AEW Women's Contender Tournament.
Yep.
Was it 9:30?
No, it wasn't. It was like 9:20.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Layla Hirsch going up against Thunder Rosa.
Yes.
Thunder Rosa goes like 9 minutes. Thunder Rosa gets the win.
A shock to no one.
Yeah, it was a good match though.
I like Layla. I think there was a few little half-step miscommunications here and there, but it was fine. I think they laid into each other a lot in it, and I liked it. But now there should be the Layla Hirsch's All Elite graphic, and then Taz should recruit her again. I will push this until it happens. She needs to be the female presence for Taz's Maniacs.
In the words of LeVar Ball, we're going to speak it into existence.
Right. I don't know if he was the first person to ever say that, but that's all right.
Thunder Rosa's moving on. Speaking
of LeVar Ball, it turns out at least one of his kids isn't total shit.
Yeah, dude, Wimmel's really good.
There you go.
And he's like 18.
Yeah.
That's scary, dude.
There you go.
And they do announce as well all of the they announced the brackets, like the matchups for the first round and everything. Yeah. They do announce that the Japanese side, they're going to air starting this Monday on YouTube at 7 p.m.
Yes.
I don't know how long this show is going to be. I don't know if I'll watch it right when it premieres.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I imagine it'll be an hour. Was there 5 matches?
No, they're doing the whole first round on Monday.
Yeah, so probably only 5 matches, right?
4? I don't know.
Okay.
But
4 or 5. You'll go 10, 15 a match with entrances, stuff in between. It'll probably be an hour, and then my guess is it would stay an hour because as the rounds go on, the matches will get longer.
It should.
Yeah.
Excited though.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. We'll watch it. It's like the first thing that they've done on YouTube that I'm actually excited for. They've done some other things. They did some other non-dark things on there that we've watched and I've been all right with. But this one, I'm like, all right, let's.
Yeah, like the AEW Women's Tag Tournament, which resulted in absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Legit nothing.
So much so that even when Diamante and the other one, Ivelisse,
the other one.
I was fine with leaving it at the other one. Come out, Excalibur's like, they won the medals a year ago.
Yeah. I guess it's just number 1 contenders tournament, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're in the back. Tony's with Jungle Boy.
Yes.
He says Marco's okay. He wants to talk directly to FTR. He says that him and Dak, they had the big match, and Dak tapped out, and says that he's going to make Dax his bitch.
What a weird payoff from a kidnapping angle where they just drop it.
Right? Like, hey, he's all right.
Yeah. Like we're going to cut the camera, making it look like Tully may or may not torture and sexually assault Marco Stunt.
Oh, Jesus.
He looked like he was going to make out with him. And then the next week, maybe rightfully so, maybe like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this. It is a little too creepy and inappropriate.
Yeah.
For today's times. But good. I'm glad Marco's okay. I would think they come out with a haircut, something to be like, oh, this is what they did to me. Oh my God. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they cut the horns off a man.
They did off a dinosaur.
Well, you could believe that all you want. Main event time.
It's easier to blame a dinosaur for how bad he is in the ring than him being a person.
Main event time. Kenny Omega and Kenta.
Yes.
Teaming up against. Yeah, there you go. Teaming up against Jon Moxley and Lance Archer.
Yes.
Moxley comes out with the IWGP US title. They even pointed out on commentary, like, hey, 3 of the men in this match are former IWGP US title champs.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they are. Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is a lights out match, but they didn't do the whole
they did not do the pomp and circumstance of the lights out. And really, why do it then? Why tease you're bringing back the dumbest idea you've ever had? No, that's not true. Why tease bringing back the dumbest idea you ever had in your first 3 months as a company and not do it?
They should have done it, man.
Yep.
Well, this thing goes 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Omega and Kenta end up getting the win.
Yeah.
There was some fun stuff during this.
It was pretty bananas.
It was a brawl.
Yeah.
And that's what it was supposed to be. This ain't
be.
a goddamn wrestling match. It's a fight. Everybody hates each other.
Yes.
Let's just do this thing.
I enjoyed it a lot. The exclamation point being the double stomp.
Oh, that was so
from KENTA.
good,
Did
dude.
you see the slow motion of
Yeah,
it? Where
amazing.
Where Mox eats the knees in the face
Yeah.
too. That's the exclamation point. Only slightly greater than Jake Roberts getting involved.
Dude, every time Jake gets involved, though, I'm like,
Listen, they're protecting Jake a hell of a lot. He ain't doing any flatbacks. And man, even though like the setup, he's not smooth, it's real slow. I'll watch that short arm clothesline all day.
Smile
long,
every time,
all day.
I even liked when Moxley like had the Singapore cane and he passes Jake and he bowed to him. It's like because I remember there was an episode of Raw years ago. It was like one of those Legends nights. That's when like Jake's first time he came back and he put the snake on Dean Ambrose in the ring, and you could see Ambrose smiling with the snakes on him. Could you imagine what he was thinking? Probably. Man, this fucking rules.
Yeah. He also got the chainsaw from Terry Funk, like at the next one they did.
Oh man, he did. Mm-hmm. God, he's got a lot of good.
He got the rub from all those guys, yeah.
And he got to marry Renee. Good for that guy. But yeah, I thought it was just a fun brawl.
Yeah.
Peter Avalon's like Heartbreak Hotel knockoff shit got busted up.
That bump he took on that bed looked like it hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Like it looked like he hit the wrong spot of it.
Omega? Yeah. Towards the end, Gallows and Anderson run out. Magic Killer, V-Trigger, all that shit. One-Winged Angel on Archer.
Yeah. I thought for sure. I was like, does Jake know how to take a V-Trigger? Because I thought for sure Jake was going to take one.
He would have broke his fucking back.
It would have killed him. But
yeah, I enjoyed it, dude.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
It was a fun brawl.
Exactly what it needed to be.
Like, that's what it needed to establish. Yep. Like, yeah, these guys all hate each other.
Right.
Like, are they setting up Archer as the next challenger for Omega? Maybe. I mean, that pay-per-view is March 7th, so you got to set something up.
I'm good with it because, like, watching Omega give him the one-wing angel was like, holy shit. Because Archer's a legit big guy.
Yeah.
They can talk about Luchasaurus being big, and they can talk about whoever they are. Archer's a legit big guy.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, and like you said with the One-Winged Angel, they still protected as ain't nobody kicking out of this shit.
Nobody kicking out.
So that was the end of Dynamite, but after the show, I think it was like a YouTube thing. They did like a press conference with Callis and Omega and the Good Brothers, and they're asking them about like, hey, over in Japan, like Jay White and them had a lot of like very disparaging remarks about you guys and called you guys corny and like, why are you trying to do this still?
Right.
And Callis basically talked the whole time. He's like, like these guys leaving the Bullet Club, that helped those guys, those bunch of mid-carders over there because it actually helped them raise them up.
Yeah.
And Callis said, we've been playing this for 4 years this whole time. And it says, like, Kenta's the only one who's smart enough to come over here. And then says, you know what? Give those guys some help. Everybody go to Pro Wrestling Tees, buy their shirts, get them back in the top 40.
Yeah.
So they're taking, I know it's fun pot shots, and I really wish, I wish COVID never fucking happened just for life.
Yeah.
But wrestling-wise, I wish it wasn't happening right now.
Yeah.
Maybe they build to something. I don't know.
Well, so, I mean, the what they should do, the sort of natural, the classic pro wrestling thing is that you do company versus company, and it's heels and faces for each company teaming up. Omega's going to have to team up with Mox to defend the honor of the company. That you throw that stuff out the window. I don't want to call it an invasion angle necessarily, but you do that sort of company versus company rivalry, who's the better company kind of thing. And I think that's what you can lead to if you want to go on a grand scale with that kind of thing, or you could just do Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
I think it'll be Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
Right.
There's still enough people that clamor for that.
Yeah, but also listen, if you want to say, I don't know, do company versus company and give me Eddie Kingston versus Satoshi Kojima.
Dude, they referenced Satoshi Kojima on last night when they're like, "Oh yeah, Kenta versus Satoshi Kojima and Hiroshi Tanahashi." I'm just like, my heart.
I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm not gonna be mad if you give me Andy Williams versus Tenzan. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be mad.
I'll cry. I'll cry so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the end of Dynamite. Let's flip over to the USA Network.
Yes.
And watch some NXT.
Next.
So normally on Tuesday nights
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock. If the Sixers are on or the Flyers are on, I watch that.
On Tuesday nights?
Well, Wednesday nights. All right, my bad.
Okay.
I usually watch that live, and I'll like skim while I'm in between halftime or whatever. But there was no Sixers or Flyers on. The Flyers are dealing with some COVID issues right now.
Ruh-roh.
Well, the whole NHL is.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch NXT Live.
Okay.
To my chagrin, when I put it on, it was like 7:58. I caught the end of Friday.
Yeah.
And then I really just wanted to watch Friday.
It's true.
Big perm. We're going to get right into it. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semifinal.
Yes.
MSK going up against Legado del Fantasma.
Do we know what MSK stands for yet?
What did Joe say?
The Meat Swinging Crew? Well, can't believe we went back to that.
Yeah.
That's not it.
It is now.
No.
Legado team is Joaquin Wilde and Raul the Line Mendoza.
That's right.
So this goes about 13 minutes. MSK gets the win.
Yeah.
This was just a fucking sprint.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Great chemistry.
Oh, so good,
Fun
dude.
match. MSK quickly becoming a team that's fun to watch. I wish we got more character work out of them to understand who and what they are, other than just goofy guys who like to have fun. But I'm okay with goofy guys who like to have fun when you're out there having fun like this. Kind of had a feeling from the beginning they were going to make it to the finals, if not win the whole thing. I like this match. I think I can't praise Legado enough. I love those guys.
Dude, Mendoza is so underappreciated.
He really is. He is
so much.
He's just solid in that ring. And the springboard 450 off of the back by Wild.
Oh my God.
Insane.
Scary. Actually scary.
Insane. They brought it. Good chemistry.
I love when, I don't know who's who for MSK yet.
The one Lee. What's the?
I know Wesley. I don't know the other one though.
Yeah, I don't know the other guy's name.
When they do that like standing shooting star where they push him and they did it to the outside. It's like, dude, that was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely like watching it, I'm like, dude, this rules. This is such a good match.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like your typical spot fest and like pre-play. Nope. No, it didn't feel like that because there were still wrestling moves and wrestling holds. But yeah, great shit.
Yeah.
So MSK is in the Dusty finals.
Yeah. I think they got a good shot of winning it.
We'll find out who's the other half of that later.
Yeah, we will.
There's a vignette hyping up Mercedes Martinez talking about how she's been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
Which I thought was nice. Give her a little background.
Yeah.
Next match.
Yeah, buddy.
Or should I say next murder?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cora Jade.
Yeah, I
forget her indie name.
Oh yeah, she's the new signing. Yeah, right.
Going up against the returning Xia Li.
Sup, Xia Li.
So before we get started, Caden Carter and Casey, the super spreader Catanzaro, come to ringside to be like,
he must have swallowed the entire vial. He's the super spreader.
Thank you for that. They come to ringside.
Man, I love being a turtle. Sorry. They literally beat the Super Shredder in that movie by just letting him drown.
I know.
It's insane. After witnessing a Vanilla Ice concert. Sorry. And it's Kevin Nash, so it ties in.
Remember when we were supposed to mention Kevin Nash once a week?
We were.
We need to bring that back.
We do.
Well, we need to bring it because we never brought it ever.
It's true. It's one of the many things that we failed on. Well, I failed on.
Best count.
Yeah.
Casey and Caden run to ringside to try to be like, Xia, what's wrong with you? Poor Bo is like, you guys get the fuck out of here, please.
Casey Catanzaro was like, this isn't you. I invited you to my party and you didn't RSVP.
God damn it. Oh, fuck. Jade attacks Xia from behind. Xia just like, I don't know, turns around, hits her with a fucking spin kick or something, and knocks her block off.
Crushes her. Yeah.
Zaya continues beating her up, and Casey and Caden get in the ring, and they're arguing. And instead of trying to talk to her friend, Caden tries to go up the fucking ramp and talk to
Shanti?
Ashanti, yes. Ashanti
Tien
featuring
Shaw.
Ja Rule.
Tien Shaw.
What's love got to do
Yes.
with it?
Tien Shaw.
Yeah. She's just like, the dialogue was so fucking bad.
Listen, these are developmental people.
Who are you? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why did you do that?
Yes. Whatever. It's fine. I get it.
To which Xia Li runs up and just tosses her off the fucking stage. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And then
It'll never happen again.
She runs down and like boots Casey.
Yeah.
Casey in the face. And Boa goes running up and with Xia and Tian Sha puts Boa in the Tongan death grip.
That's right.
And yep.
Boa fucked around and found out.
It wasn't Boa's fault. Boa tried to stop them.
That's true. Yeah.
Listen,
Boa's in the Matrix, though. He should be able to stop this
give
shit.
some respect to the Boa Constrictor.
That's
okay?
true. That is true.
So this is continuing, and I guess Zaya's just gonna beat up Casey and Caden a bunch.
Good handicap match. He kills them both.
William Regal's interviewed.
Someone tells me they need 2 weeks off anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ. William Regal gets interviewed. He congratulates MSK. He goes into his office. Scarlett's sitting on his desk. Says, time's up for Escobar. And Regal says, yep. Next week, Cross and Escobar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, they're moving Cross to the main roster. All the sort of rumors are saying that they want him on the main roster. And I think even in the beginning we talked about this. Like, he's a guy I think you could have put there. He's got the look. He's got the size. He's got the ability, mental capacity, and logical thinking. Maybe not there, but I don't know if you necessarily need that for the main roster. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I hope it's good. I hope it's not just a squash. I hope they let him have a match.
I hope it's a good match.
Because there's not a strong enough case for why this match is happening, really.
I think it's just, hey, you guys aren't doing anything.
Right.
We don't know what to do with you. The Cruiserweight division is dead in the dirt.
Yes.
So, who knows?
Yeah.
Out next, and normally I wouldn't talk about it because there's a redacted in this group.
Yeah.
But the way it comes out.
Oh, hold on. I actually almost retweeted Redacted's promo onto our Twitter account, and then I was like, wait a second. I'll just recap it because I'm not going to let this guy's face
good for you
grace our and then if I had done that, little did I learn that we would have been blocked by David Kincannon for it. So, dodged a bullet.
Dookie, I apologize for him.
I didn't do anything. Don't apologize for it. I caught myself.
You almost did.
I checked myself
before you rickety-wrecked
before
yourself.
I rickety-wrecked myself.
What the fuck? The way it comes out, and when the camera went to the ring, Johnny Gargano's getting lifted over the fucking over the ropes with his broken arm
by Indy Hartwell.
And Wade Barrett just goes, "How brave!" He's walking around with a broken arm.
Yeah, right.
I love the whole time. Like, what's his name? Vic Joseph's like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Gargano talks, shows the video of it happening, says he can't defend his title. Regal comes out, says Johnny's cleared, but Johnny says, I don't trust those quacks.
Right.
He shows the x-ray of his arm broken in 3 different spots.
Right.
Regal goes, he goes, what you're showing me is your right arm. He goes, you see that R stands for right? And Johnny goes, no, it stands for real.
Real, yes.
It was, dude, Gargano during this whole thing, I was legit laughing.
Funny. Regal also asked him to name the bone.
He was so good during this.
Yes.
Even the little thing when they put the x-ray up on the Tron, he goes, turn me over there, turn me.
Yeah.
And then it's done, all right, turn me back.
Yeah.
He was hilarious during this.
And I think it got funnier once, so Kushida comes out sneaks up behind them. And he's like, whatever with Kushida. And earlier in the week with Redacted Online said, Johnny can't compete, so it'll be me versus Kushida and blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, when Kushida shows up, they do the Looney Tunes thing where he's like, well, I'll have to ask Kushida. And Regal's like, well, Kushida, what do you think? And Gargano's like, what? And Kushida's behind them. They don't know it. And Gordon's like, what are you looking up here for? He's not here. And then Redacted looks double takes at him, and then all hell breaks loose.
Oh, he does the double take. He goes, oh, hey man.
Yeah.
It was, dude. I don't know.
Gargano is a good shitty heel. It's a good character for him.
He is so good at this, and I'm so happy that they changed course because you remember when he turned heel, he was supposed to be like a kind of a badass, and literally nobody bought it.
Yep.
And once during like him and Candice's like the Gargano way promos after the Gargano family fuckery dumb stuff was done, and he started acting like a goof. Perfect. Yeah, he is so much fun to watch. And last night I couldn't talk high enough about him last night. This leads us into the next match, which is the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semifinal match. Candice and Indy going up against Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart.
Yes.
Hell of a team.
Great team.
This match goes about 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Ember and Shotzi get the win.
Yes.
I love Shotzi and Ember together. Yeah. It just works.
Me too.
It works, man. Yep. I like that they were wearing each other's shirts like cut in half, both put on like a little face paint. It works. It just, I love it.
Yeah,
I think they're great together.
For being a thrown together tag team, you have to do these things to make it work, and they make it work.
Dude, Candice hitting that like springboard moonsault too. That was really good. Yeah. Indy's a little rough around the edges, but
I don't actually remember what it was, but I remember not loving the setup for the finish. It was a little awkward, but
see, I liked it. Like Indy was trying to protect Candice, and
that's what it was.
And then she gets the senton, and like there's no way to protect. Shotzi just lays full on her back, and I liked it though because Candice rolled out of the ring, and they're saying, "Oh, Indy's the legal person."
Yeah,
pin her. Yeah, perfect. So that sets up Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon and Shotzi.
Which immediately makes it my most anticipated match of the Takeover.
Yeah, they come out and they confront each other on stage. Regal makes it official, and then, thank God, says, winner of this, you get a future women's tag team title shot. That's what I've said like when they announced it. Perfect. Let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
Put those fucking belts on either of those teams, dude, and I'm all the way in.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, man. Thatcher and Ciampa cut a promo just saying that they're going to win. Yeah. And then Thatcher does a really awkward smile with his really awkward teeth.
Yeah. Well, think about how good just to go back to the women's for a second, when the Kabuki Warriors showed up on NXT and had that match.
Wasn't it with
Tegan
Dakota? Oh, my God. Tegan, it was fucking
Kick.
Great.
How great. That was like a match of the year. Yeah. It was amazing. So hopefully we can trap lightning in a bottle again there.
I miss Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nia Jax. You and your hole.
Ugh, don't even. Let's not. Let's just not.
I saw it today that WWE edited that part out.
Oh, really? I'm shocked they didn't make 1 million T-shirts of it.
I don't know if they want to be like printing shirts because they're supposed to be the PG company with shirts saying "my hole," referring to an anus.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, that got way more traction than I thought it should. This week.
Well, because it's the only entertaining thing that she's ever done in the ring.
Yeah, other than hurting all my favorites.
Right, everyone. And Dana Brooke.
Well, that's your favorite.
I hate you. We're done. We're not friends anymore.
Dude, come on. She's the Ricky Steamboat of this generation. Words out of your mouth, not mine.
Yep.
Santos Escobar's asked about Karrion Kross. He says that he's the one giving Kross the gift of time. Wilder Mendoza had come to the locker room and they apologized for losing. He said, "Don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll take care of it." They show a vignette hyping up Balor versus Pete Dunne. I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved the vignette. It makes it feel like a huge match.
And they're saying first time ever. I'm surprised at that.
I don't know if it is. I mean, it would make sense because, by the time Dunn was coming up, Balor was already in Japan. He was already probably WWE bound. So maybe it is. I don't know. But it's a huge match. I think it's huge.
Yeah, anyway. It'll be a good one for sure.
Next match, redacted fast shithead.
Forward, right through it.
Going up against Kushida. Unfortunately, I couldn't fast forward. But I know Kushida won by disqualification. And Johnny's arm was miraculously healed.
Yes.
They're beating up Kushida. He wants to break Kushida's arm, wants to Pillmanize the arm. Scumbag gets pulled underneath the ring.
I stopped when I saw Loomis. So, I was like, okay, I'll watch this part.
Yeah, Gargano turns around, sees Loomis standing there, and falls right on his ass, just hilariously.
Yeah.
Gargano gets thrown in the ring. Kushida puts him in the hoverboard lock. Scumbag's getting choked out.
Yep.
So, what a weird little mid-card thing we have going.
Yeah.
I like it, though.
Yeah, they seem to just
Kushida Gargano should be fucking
right,
awesome.
and they seem to fit Loomis in just wherever, and he works.
It just works.
He
works.
Yeah,
yeah. They do like a little vignette about Toni Storm, and like they bring up her beating Io at the Mae Young Classic like 3 years ago.
Right.
There's history there.
Yeah.
There's history. I like it.
Right.
Vignette for Imperium airs. Please, for the love of God, give me my sweet baby Walter.
Yeah.
I need Walter back in my life. But I liked how each guy explained how the other guy is vital to the group. That was a nice little touch.
Yeah, that's cool. I like them, but
fucking Walter, man.
They're a little flat without Walter.
Yeah, I mean, he makes that ship go.
Yeah, right.
Wow, it's been a year already since Imperium versus Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
That was the last takeover in front of a crowd.
Wow. Yikes.
Damn, that's fucked up. Backstage, Legato's Del Fantasma's laid out. Karrion Kross grabs the camera.
In a leisure suit.
And screams into the camera and just says, next week, Escobar, like,
Yeah.
this is you, time's up, TikTok, whatever.
Sure.
Commentary gets in. This is where the show picks up.
This is the main event of the evening right here.
Commentary is interrupted by a car horn.
Yeah.
We go to the parking lot.
I got text messages this morning about people can't wait to hear us talk about this segment.
Well, and we were texting a little bit last night, and I said to you, dude, wait until you see it.
Yep.
It's like a fucking Ferrari.
Yeah, it is.
Might have been a Lambo. I don't know the difference. And who's driving it? The man, the myth, the legend, Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes is driving a fucking Lambo.
Yep.
He steps out. He's wearing a suit with no shirt underneath the jacket.
Looking like $1 million.
Wearing some glasses. He's
Got
fired.
a new hat.
He's fired up to be here.
Yeah.
He gives money to random valets.
Yeah, he's like, you know how to park this thing? He's like, I'm just learning myself.
Yeah. He gets in the ring. He cuts a promo about Thatcher putting him on the shelf.
Yeah.
Said, I went home to think about revenge, but I did some other stuff too. I played some video games.
That's right.
Which makes me really laugh about the whole Undertaker thing. And says, you know what? I went into GameStop and I invested in it. God damn you.
Yep.
It says, I'm rich. Says, nobody's going to tell me what to do anymore. Regal, I ain't wrestling no more zombies. You could kiss my grits. Yeah. Dexter Lumis, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
You could kiss my grits. At this point, he's screaming.
Yeah.
He's whipping off his jacket, whipping off his shoes, a la Ric Flair. Pulls out wads of money, throws it in the fucking air, does a snow angel in the money.
Hilarious. So
I'm so happy he's back.
I read an article that said that he actually did make a bunch of money off of GameStop.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know how true
hilarious.
it is. I have no idea how true it is. I just people speculating. Who knows? He's like they got money for dogs now. I bought that too, and I am an owner of some Dogecoin myself, Dogecoin, whatever it's called. I own some of that as well.
Dogecoin.
You don't make any money off of it, but anyway, yeah, I think this promo was fantastic.
Great, absolutely great.
It's something that I've been waiting for in wrestling for a long time. It's over the top. It's insane. It is complete left field for the character, but works. He does it so well. He still looks like a scumbag. Yeah. And it's just the energy, the passion, like just how funny and creative it very much does harken back to the Ric Flair, the taking off the shoes, all that, the fire me, I'm already fired, like all that like it comes from that same sort of energy. And it was I loved it completely. I love Grimes. I'm glad that he's back.
If he would have stripped down to his boxers last night, I would have said this is the best promo since that Ric Flair promo.
Right. He crushed it, and doing the money angels, just showing the hundreds to the camera, just throwing them to everybody is amazing. And I can't wait until like next week or the week after or whatever it is when he goes broke. Because it's going to happen. I can't wait. Because he's going to have to just fall back to old Cameron Grimes. And
I cannot fucking wait, dude.
Straight to the moon, kiss my grits. Like, he's firing off these lines. He's, everything works.
When he said, Regal, I don't got to wrestle no zombies anymore.
Right. really good. And man, I can't wait to see what they do with him. I hope he has something on Takeover. I imagine he will. Some sort of spot, not a match, but he'll show up somewhere, hopefully in something.
Oh man,
to kick off the program with somebody.
So fucking good.
Yeah, it was just great. It's just, I mean, go watch it. I can't talk about it enough. There's not like I can't like sit here and elaborate on it, but
just go watch it.
The energy was good. It's such a good promo in a show where we have like Caden Carter being like, "What did you do? Why is she like this?" And then you have Cameron Grimes coming out just being hilarious and passionate and excellent and in character, but out of character, like just taking it to another level.
Yeah.
It works completely. It was hilarious. And I mean, I loved it.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, you're going to fucking love this.
If
dude.
I could pick, if we did like segment of the night as opposed to match of the night, this would be my 100% segment of the night.
Maybe we'll have to look at that going forward.
Maybe.
Because I don't know about the wrestling last night.
Okay. We'll see.
Gargano gets interviewed by the real Mackenzie because last week he said, all I tried to do was get the fake Mackenzie fired. That's all.
Yeah.
And said, all right, time to get serious. Johnny Takeover is going to beat up Kushida at Takeover, Vengeance Day.
Yeah.
They run a final vignette for the women's title match, this time focusing on Io.
Yes.
I like that they took a little bit of time to focus on each person, their perspective. Makes it feel bigger.
Right.
Main event time. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semifinals. Thatcher and Ciampa going up against the grizzled young veterans.
Yeah.
Grizzled young veterans get the win.
They do. Second year in a row, they're in the finals.
Like, I'm sorry, but I just don't, listen.
This was a good tag match.
I said it last night, like, the match was pretty good.
I don't get them.
They
don't work for me.
Fucking bore me, dude.
It was cool to see them do the Doomsday Device. I love seeing that. But yeah, they don't click for me. My guess is they're going to win it. I don't see WWE having them make it to the finals 2 years in a row and lose.
Well, do you want to have them win it and, like, I don't know, make a little bit of a blip on the radar,
right,
or MSK?
I mean, my pick would be, and not to get ahead of ourselves here, but I think MSK is the better choice.
I think it was
the
a
more
better
exciting choice. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But I don't like them.
Tripp seems to love these dudes.
Right.
I think they were the first NXT UK tag champs. Like, he loves them.
Trips also took some shot today in one of the calls about how he doesn't like wrestling companies that have 28 belts and none of them matter and this and that, and just like trying to take a shot at AEW or something. And I saw other people saying, like, when our titles don't matter, we bring in a title from another company to make the match important with the U.S. belt, with the North American, the IWGP belt. But
I don't know,
man. But I don't get it. Like, seriously, whatever. But Trips also defended Redacted again this week.
Yeah, so, he's an idiot.
He's an idiot too. But yeah, I just don't get Grizzly Young Vets.
Yeah,
I don't get it. At all.
I don't
think they're bad. I just they're nothing.
Don't care.
They're just
I
there.
don't care.
They're there.
Maybe if I watched NXT, even honestly, dude, even if I watched NXT UK, I still don't think I'd care.
I think MSK is gonna have to work twice as hard to make that match good at Vengeance.
We'll see, because it's definitely a clash of styles. Yeah, which is fine. Like, I'm fine with that in wrestling.
And I thought this was a good tag. This was good, solid, like tag team wrestling. But they cannot elevate beyond the middle for me, and I just don't get it.
End of the show ends with the commentator running down each match on the card and like the face-off between people.
Yeah,
I liked this. I don't know why. It actually made me more invested in the card on Sunday.
Okay.
I liked Balor and Dunn having the big face-off in the ring. I don't know. It just it was a good ending to a show. It was a good final sell, I think, which sometimes shows don't do that, and I think they should.
Yeah.
And I really liked it for some reason. Okay. I don't know why. It made each match feel important.
Good.
It made each match feel bigger to me. So I like the way that they ended the show.
Good.
So let's. I'm going to ask you some questions, sir.
Okay. What do you got?
So, match.
Oh, these questions.
Yeah. Match from each show, match overall, and show overall.
All right. Pretty easy for me this week. AEW is the main event. The street fight is exactly what it needed to be. I'm sure we'll get plenty of matches out of these guys that are actual wrestling matches. But this is exactly what it needed to be. It was a ton of fun. It was crazy. Good old street fight kind of thing. Dug it. That's my AEW. NXT is the opener. MSK versus Legato. Solid match. A lot of fun. Like I said last week when I picked the women's match that opened up, You need that energy to kick off that show. I watch NXT second. So when that comes out and I see a match like that to start, I'm like, all right, I'm engaged. I'm here. If they started with like Ciampa Thatcher versus Grizzled Young Vets, I'm like, oh, all right, I'm not too hopeful here. So that's that for that. My match of the night though does go to the AEW main event. It just seeing Kenta, seeing the title, seeing all that sort of stuff. It
felt like a big moment.
It was good chaos. Felt like a big moment. And my show of the night goes to AEW because of the big moment. And I think they were pretty close again. I think that again, if I had to pick a segment of the night, it's the Grimes promo overall. But I'm going AEW. I think they were just a little better. We get the Sammy turn. We got Lee John. I was happy for the Lee Johnson thing. I thought the opener with Darby and Janela was good. So they Layla Hirsch and Thunder Rosa. I think they just had more consistent wrestling. Not necessarily elevated to great wrestling, but consistent wrestling. Whereas NXT, I don't really think they had any stinkers, but they also had Redacted, so to take some points away. How about you, pal?
Match for AEW is definitely the main event. Again, I think that's kind of self-explanatory. NXT, I'm going with the opener as well. It was just a sprint and a ton of fun. Match, definitely going to be the AEW main event, though. It was a fun, stupid brawl, and I like fun, stupid brawls with chicanery.
Yeah.
Show overall, I'm going NXT.
Ooh. Okay.
I like the final build really a lot. Gargano was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's hitting on all strides right now. I love the Grimes promo.
Yeah.
It was so good. I wish there was some less redacted.
Yeah.
But I felt like everything else outshined. That Ember Shotzi match I thought was really good.
Yeah. It's very close for me.
I agree. It was close.
Yeah. I think the moment of my sort of glee that to see New Japan, like the confirmation that it is working, they're doing it, they use the New Japan entrance music, all that sort of stuff, but it was very close.
Yeah, they did a big job putting New Japan over on commentary. It's so funny, they've been putting New Japan over on commentary heavy last night.
Yeah.
And there's Impact.
Right. If you're looking to find good wrestling this week, you can find it from both shows.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything knocked it out of the park per se.
Grimes was the only thing that was elevated to greatness, really.
Yeah, he was. Oh man, it was so much fun.
It was very good.
But yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Right,
what did people watch last night other than real world happenings?
Well, I'm gonna just do the totals here first. For season 2, that puts me at 31 for AEW and 26 for NXT, and you at 28 for AEW, 29 for NXT. And I am at 34 for AEW overall, 35 for NXT, and you are at 32 for AEW and 37 for NXT. People at home. People. AEW pulled 741,000, down about 100,000 from last week. But that's around where they stay. Like when they jumped up to 800 plus, that's a little higher than normal. I'm going to talk about what Eric Bischoff said in a second. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
And NXT pulled a dismal 558,000, even down like 50,000. They're suffering. Like, these are bad numbers. These are they're having a rough start to this year. And the shows are good. I just think, I don't know what it is. People
just don't want to give it a chance, man.
Right.
This weird, and we've talked about it a long time ago, but this weird, fucking show allegiance shit. I don't know. I never got it.
Right.
I never will.
So,
and it's odd, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Eric Bischoff came out, I don't know if it was on his podcast or whatever. I think it was. He talked about how AEW is stale. He's like, they've been in the same spot for a year and a half. He's like, they broke 1 million whatever in the beginning and never got back up there, and now they've been steadily at 700,000 for how long? He's like they're stale. They're not trying anything new. And he's like, and that's a big problem in wrestling. You should be trying to grow your viewers. And he's like, and they seem to be fine with what they're getting when they should be jumping higher. And he had more to say, but it's Eric Bischoff, and I don't want to say I agree with him because Eric Bischoff sucks, but
You're not a fan.
but he, in one hand, he's not wrong, But on the other hand, it's also COVID, and how much do you want to push it when there's no fans and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, dude, and that's why this whole era, like, I take it with a grain of salt, man. I really do, because
right. And
it's weird, man.
He
it's
also
still weird.
Called out Jericho for something Jericho said, and he's like, Jericho says it from a boy, a boy in the locker room, an employee, a worker. He goes, Jericho doesn't understand the promoter side of it. He goes, if you're being a wrestling promoter, he goes, I know how to promote wrestling, and that's Bischoff. Much I don't like him. The dude knew at one point how to promote professional wrestling.
He did.
He's like, from a promoter standpoint in this business, what they're doing is not good. It's not going to help your company.
Interesting.
But they're still winning, and I think that's all that matters. I think these dipping numbers will give NXT a little more comfortability in pulling it to Peacock.
Yeah, it's again, that doesn't happen until the end of the year, so we still got a lot of time.
Right.
But we still got to plan for that shit. So
they do.
Hey, Sunday.
What's up, pal?
We have Vengeance Day.
Oh, we do. It's Vengeance Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's run down the card.
All right.
And,
let's do our picks. Let's get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Patna.
So, Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. Winners receive a future WWE Women's Tag Team title shot.
Yeah.
The Dudettes with Attitudettes going up against Ember and Shotzi.
Oh, man, this is hard.
This rips my heart in half. I'm happy with either one winning.
Most anticipated match. Dakota's been here before. Raquel coming off before this, that big program with Rhea, making her a star. And at the end of the day, Shotzi and Ember, while they're doing things right, they were thrown together tag team. I think...
What does our logic say here?
I think in the long run, I think for the women's title shot, I think Raquel and Dakota, Raquel even more so, makes a more compelling case to go on to challenge for a main roster title. I'm going Dudettes with Attitudettes.
Okay. For argument's sake, I'm going to go Shotzi and Ember.
Ooh. All right.
I honestly am happy with either result because I love everybody in this
both
match.
A lot. Yep.
I'm really excited for this, actually.
Yeah. I think the other thing, too, that factors into this is that at the end of the day, you're not going to move Shotzi and Ember to be a tag team because they're too talented and too
I get that.
hot in your singles division. Whereas Raquel and Dakota came in hot as a tag team. Raquel had her thing, but they're a team.
Yeah, I'm just doing this for argument's sake.
Yes,
and I hope I'm super pumped with either result.
Yeah,
I really
me
am.
too.
Next, we'll go Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals, and the winners also receive a future NXT Tag Team title shot. Grizzled Young Veterans versus MSK.
MSK.
Same.
That's hope. I don't know.
That's hope. Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. I don't know that I could say that's the right pick. I can just say that's hope.
Next match, we will go singles match for the NXT North American title. Johnny Gargano versus Kushida. What you got, partner?
So this one's hard too. Kushida's been on a hot streak. Kushida's great, but Johnny's hitting his stride with this gimmick, and and it works. So it
works, man.
Do you leave this behind when it's just getting like as hot as it is, even though Kushida's as good as he is? I'm gonna say Gargano retains. I'm gonna, while it's happening, I'm gonna hope and pray that Kushida wins, but I'm gonna say Gargano retains.
I'm going to go with that as well. It's tough because I don't know what you do with Kushida.
Right.
Once he loses, do you continue the feud maybe?
Right.
Maybe there's some chicanery.
But what do you do with Gargano if he doesn't have a belt? The gimmick doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, how many times can you keep just having him chase after it?
Right.
Dude, I just remember one of his lines last night too when he goes, I'm in a damn wheelchair. You know how I feel about wheels? Oh, that was so much fun. Triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Io versus Tony versus Mercedes.
Yeah.
What you got?
It's Io.
Yeah, has to be.
Listen, for as long as I live, I will never want to see Io lose that belt.
Never.
And I like Toni Storm a lot. I like Mercedes. She's my least favorite, but that doesn't mean I think she's very good. That's being my least favorite in this match doesn't mean I don't like her. I think if it was anybody else, Toni Storm would be a good pick, but these two aren't there yet. Io's gonna Io's going to take it.
Agreed. I am going with Io.
She's too good. She's the best wrestler on the planet.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Final match, Finn Balor.
Is that it? Really? 5 matches only?
No, this is the final match. I'm about to say what the final match
Well, that's
is.
what I'm saying. This will be the 5th match.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's what I like about takeovers, man. Get you in, get you out. Finn Balor defending his NXT title against Pete Dunne.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you picked Shotzi because you knew that what's going to happen here. These aren't hard decisions. Balor ain't dropping that belt yet. He's going to have a long run, although I wouldn't be mad with Dunne. Dunne's not there.
No, a lot of these matches, I look at it and I go, yeah, I'm happy with whoever wins except for Grizzled Young Vets.
Right.
And Io. But, I think you got it. It's Balor.
No Undisputed Era presence on this thing?
Well,
that's interesting.
And I think there's going to be more interaction. I think, Dunn's goons are going to try to run out. Yui's going to run out.
Right.
Somebody's going to accidentally hit somebody. Maybe that costs a title. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm going Balor.
Okay.
I would love for it to set up like a Balor O'Reilly round 3 for WrestleMania weekend.
Are Dunn's Idiots still tag champs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they're gonna set something up there.
Yeah, but then you got to think Dusty Classic winners, they're supposed to get a tag.
Oh yeah, that's
they
true.
don't give a fuck about the actual belts. Like the Dusty Classic is fun, but they don't care about the belts.
No, they don't. That's
true.
true.
There hasn't really been a good tag title feud in a long time in NXT.
Right.
It's sad, but what was probably the last good one when it was Riddle and Dunn against Undisputed Era?
Well, yeah,
that was good.
That was good, but the Fandango, the Brazongo had a decent enough run in there.
Yeah.
Maybe not like a big feud, but they had a good run, an important run with the belt.
Sure. So important that they're not even on TV.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
Listen, AEW is not the only company that has a problem with how they use the people on their roster.
You're right about that. I think that's all we got.
All right, pal. Let me go into social meds.
Do your rundown there, partner.
I got my sheet here. I think I was supposed to add something to it, and I didn't this week.
Really?
I don't remember. On Twitter, we're at Wednesday War Pod. On Facebook, the same. We got some Facebook likes this week. So if you're listening to this, you liked us on Facebook. The only thing we ever post there is the episode every week. But thanks for that. We appreciate it. Instagram, we're at Wednesday Night War Pod. Podcast, as it were. Wednesday Night War Pod at Gmail to email the show. Thoughts, praise, shaming. You want to ridicule us, you go right ahead. You want to ask us a question, you let me know, and we'll figure that out. We'll read it on air. We'll do whatever you want. We'll respond to you. I'd like to hear from you. Other than that, we are on the soon-to-be-named network. At STBN Network on Twitter, soon-to-be-named-network.com, soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com. That houses our friends Longbox Heroes After Dark, At Odds with Wrestling, Puzzle Warriors 3, Profane Argument, Final Wrestling Place, and Porch Talk. If you like comic books, if you like more wrestling, all that kind of stuff, you can get it all there for sure. And we are also on PW Ponderings, which you can find us at pwponderings.com and at PW Ponderings on Twitter. The show will go up there usually a few days after we post on our Podbean. If you're listening to us through PW Ponderings, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
It's a fun place to be. They have IWTV Guide, lots of other stuff, and it's a cool little place to be. Good little community. So thanks for hopping on board and giving us a listen. If you're looking for us there on the feed, we're in there overall, like iTunes, Spotify feed with all their other shows as well. Aside from that, we got some friends at the A Show, the A Show. Friends Matt and Chris at the A Show on CKCC.
Stay tuned.
Ooh. Oh. They are a wrestling show where they pick. They have guests on the show. They pick a year in a promotion and they draft and book a card, and everyone gets to vote on who the best card is. I think they did 1998 WCW this week. Also, the pod that dreaded sundown. Our friends Chuck and Bill. Sadly, not Billy and Chuck.
I still need to introduce Des DeRico.
Yeah. At Pod
I'm
Sundown.
gonna text her this week.
They are a horror movie podcast. They're doing People Under the Stairs this week.
Love it, man.
Which is, I saw that movie at way too young of an age. And I've loved it. It was a very big favorite of mine from way too young. So that's cool. They're doing, for Black History Month, they're doing 4 movies that are made by people of color or starring people of color, and they have some great ones lined up there, including Candyman, which is a legend. So those are good guys.
Movie.
Give those guys a listen. And also Cinema Vertigogo at Cinema Vertigogo. I've made a few guest spots on there. That's our friends Ron and Sam, James and Robbie. James. Robbie's not my friend. But they cover 2 movies a week. Give them a listen. They're also good people. And I remember now which show I meant to add to here and I didn't. And I'm not smart enough to run this down and look it up. But Tim and Marcus from Final Wrestling Place have their new show.
I thought you were going to add it last week.
You
shouted it out.
I shouted it out last
Okay.
week, but I didn't add it to the thing.
Oh, okay.
And now I feel like a total jerk about it. And I'm trying to find it.
Viewer's choice.
Because but Viewer's Choice, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
But they have like a long Twitter. Twitter
on like North-South connection.
There it is.
I think.
Yes, Viewer's Choice on the North-South connection at VCon North-South.
See, boys.
Yeah.
I know what's up. I know what's in.
I knew I missed it.
What's hip.
I'm going to pencil it in right here, right now. VCon North. That's a lot of words for me to have to remember.
Listen, I agree. Shawn Michaels, Bad Place. I don't know if he's Bad Place Hall of Fame, but he's Bad Place.
He's enough of an asshole
He's
to be Bad
fucking
Place.
overrated place. Okay.
Right.
Brett over Shawn.
Brett over Shawn.
Any day of the
Yeah,
week.
we're a Bret Hart podcast here all the way.
Fucking name is Brett. Of course, I'm gonna be a
There
Bret
you go.
Hart fan. What are you kidding me?
So they do pay-per-view reactions from the past, from the present,
From the future.
Also from the future. They're that good. Give those guys a listen. Also, not on the soon to be named network, but soon to be named network adjacent. Other than that, you want to hit us up personal. I'm at the Dooge, TheDooge. I don't know what I'm going to be tweeting about, but I do have an iPad with an Apple Pencil coming, so I might start drawing a little bit. I'm going to start drawing again, but I might start posting it if I'm good.
If you don't draw nothing but dicks, I'm gonna be real mad
That's
at you.
very weird. But who knows if I'll post it? But
Dicks are hilarious.
But that is true. But I'm going to start doing that again, so we'll see what happens there. Other than that, I don't know, comic books and whatever. How about you, pal? Where can they find you if they want to reach out personally?
If you'd like to talk to me, you could talk to me at BrettXH57. Huh?
Who wouldn't want to talk to you, frankly?
Oh, a lot of people.
Okay.
I don't know. Talk to me about the 76ers, who are currently down by 5, I believe, to the Blazers. That's okay. It's all right. I'm not panicking. It's out west. It's okay. We're on the road.
All right.
I don't know. Talk to me about the weekend and how much I fucking love the weekend and how good the weekend is. If you're not a crotchety old shitbag. I don't know. I think that's all I'd talk about, really. There's a UFC card this week, and I'm sure I'll be tweeting about that. But if you're not in the mood to watch MMA this weekend, if you want to watch some independent professional wrestling.
Ooh, independent professional wrestling,
you can go to independentwrestling.tv.
Okay.
Jerry's Internet Wrestling Emporium.
Yes.
Use your promo code Mortis. We got some shit going on this weekend. So, tomorrow night, we got 2 shows, both presented by Action Wrestling.
Ooh.
One at 6:30 Eastern Time, No Easy Way Out.
No shortcut home.
God damn you. One at 9 o'clock, Eyes on the Throne. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. Saturday, the premiere of Lucha Memes Guerra de Naciones. If I fucked that up, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't pay attention in Spanish class. But Jonathan Gresham and Tony Deppen are on it.
Okay.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I kind of want to watch this.
Okay.
Heavy Metal Wrestling presents the Death Bowl 2021.
Okay.
Light tube massacres. We got Texas death matches. We got a knockout or tap out death match. We got a polyam death match. We got a super heavyweight death match as well.
Okay. What time's that on?
5:30 Eastern time.
Ooh, that's gonna run right up to NXT.
NXT pre-show.
That's true.
Watch some of that. If you want to watch, also Sunday they have the premiere of Camp Leap Frogs. Camp Love Frog.
Ooh.
A little Valentine's
Okay.
Day for that
All right.
ass. Check that out. That starts at 8 p.m. It's going to be on during NXT. But hey, that's okay. You can watch. Shout out to the homie on the show, DeBoer.
Ooh, look out.
DeBoer's going to be wrestling, so definitely tune in. I'll probably tune in after NXT and after we record.
Okay.
So I'll hopefully catch that on demand.
Yeah.
But yeah, watch some goddamn independent pro wrestling.
Yes.
And I'm praying that we can go to independent wrestling shows eventually.
Yeah, so I'm sure.
Because I'm not going now. That's for sure. Fuck no. That's not happening.
Yeah, no, not doing it.
Not even close.
All right, pal. Well, that's it. Let's get the hell out of here. We'll be back Sunday night. Immediate reaction to the takeover.
To the
takeover from Chicago. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll be up on our Podbean right after, and PW Pondering shortly after that. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. I had fun tonight. This was a good one.
Good, man. Yeah, dude. I haven't seen
Sometimes
you in
I'm
2
like,
weeks.
sometimes like, we're not so good tonight. We're real good. Liked it.
Way to have confidence in yourself.
Thanks, buddy. Liked it. I have tons of confidence in you. But anyway, thanks for listening.
You son of a bitch.
I appreciate you listening. I'm glad we get to do this.
You're such a fuck from NAPA.
And I am. Why?
I appreciate yous.
I appreciate yous.
Yeah.
A couple 2-3.
Hannah?
Yet.
Hannah or no?
I've never said Hannah or no.
Hannah or
that
no?
has never. I know that it's a thing. I've never said it, but couple 2-3. Yeah, you got it.
Fucking
But anyway,
bulldog.
thanks for listening. We're out of here.
Pro wrestling. Let's go.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!